CBS procedural drama NCIS returned to screens with another action-packed episode to investigate after a bizarre discovery of a dead body. As a result, fans are convinced bosses could soon announce a podcast dedicated to the show. On the recent episode of NCIS, the guests of a baby shower were sprayed with pieces of a dead body after a plane failed to write boy or girl in the sky. It was soon revealed the bones belonged to Emily Rodnor, who had been missing for 5 months. Her disappearance was also the topic of Jessica Knight, played by Katrina Law, and Casey Hines, Diona Reasonover, favorite podcast, Desperately Seeking Emma. The two had bonded over spending Friday nights together, drinking wine and listening to the episodes. Since her death, Emily's husband Sam, Mike Irwin, had been suspected. However, without a body he was able to avoid arrest. As he was investigated, Knight tried to separate the podcast from the real case, although she admitted to being a fan, as she believed Sam, who maintained innocence, deserved a fair trial. Later on in the episode, Torres became obsessed with podcasts. Then he and Casey had a go at starting their own show as they sat with mics. As a result, fans took to social media as they were convinced this hinted at the show potentially coming out with their own official podcast. Twitter user @Amber_Wallace75 shared her hopes. Fingers crossed a NCIS podcast is announced at NCIS Universe Paley Fest. Meanwhile, @Else4Grace agreed, okay, but this would be cool if they started a podcast. Make it happen. A third account, @JenCasper81, added, okay, but I would actually listen to a Nick and Casey podcast. @JBrax29 tweeted, I think Torres and Casey may have something with this podcast. Another fan @TachaPlay questioned, where would I find this alleged NCIS podcast? @Sylvia Sister asked, who thinks we need a real NCIS podcast? Alongside a hand-up emoji. While all the clues during the cases pointed at Sam, his alibi and reasoning seemed to check out, which led Casey to rule him out as a suspect. As a result of the investigation gaining popularity, Sam had even lost his job as a hotshot insurance salesman. It was soon revealed the person responsible for Emma's death was Nance Freeman, who accused her husband Walt of cheating with Emma. She confessed to the murder, claimed it was accidental, and then stated she'd accidentally framed Sam for killing his wife. There could be a possibility of NCIS starting a podcast with a host who would interview the cast per episode. Other shows including The Walking Dead and Outlander have successful podcasts alongside their shows. NCIS is available on CBS in the USA. A UK release date has yet to be announced.